really forgiving and healing through abandonment is going to be one of the most difficult shadow work that you're going to end up having to do. For me, I realize abandonment has been triggered in me with a lot of my love romantic relationships in the past few years of my life. It always ends up where it's a great passionate relationship that's growing and it looks promising, and then it ends in ghosting, or there's another woman or three involved in the picture and the person no longer wants to commit out of nowhere. And this is something I had to learn for myself, because not only am I an empath, because of that, I'm learning that I've been overgiving, over loving, putting other people's first. And that's because growing up Haitian, you're taught to they don't really teach you when you're young to set boundaries. There isn't really a blueprint to follow in life and who got it right. We're all here to learn lessons. There's different time frames for each experience. There's different seasons for each. And this isn't healthy, because later on in your adult life, when you're trying to create a partnership with someone, you have triggers and wounds that you have yet to heal through. And they usually stem from, not all the time, I'm not going to say usually, but sometimes it stems from when you were a child, right? Childhood traumas, as we know. And for me, when I was in Haiti, I think I told this story several times already, but some of you may know, some of you may not know. My mom, it's only me and my sister, and my mom had to take my sister up to the States before me. So I was left behind, and I cried. And, it hurt then. But in your adulthood, this really facilitates and grows into something that you're not aware of until now, when you get into a relationship and you feel that trigger again. You feel abandonment. You feel lack of self-worth. And, you really want to forgive people, because hurt people, right? And once you become aware of the triggers of the trauma that happened in your childhood, or whatever situation, experience that you may have had either in this lifetime or another one, it really starts to help you to free yourself, because you're forgiving. It was hard for me to forgive people. It was easy for me to walk away. I've never been revengeful, but I've learned that I was still harboring some type of anger, and we already know anger affects the liver. I never had any liver issues, luckily, but I'm aware of the emotional how it develops and shows up in our bodies, right? How it manifests emotionally in our physical bodies. So I learned to forgive people for me, because I don't want to hold on to that anger. I don't want to hold on to that emotion. So I have to forgive them and learn this relationship, all here to help us evolve and to learn, so we could transcend and literally go through our midpoint, go through our heart, to be compassionate, to be forgiving. And it's the hardest thing to do, right? To forgive somebody who hurt you. But I remember a friend used to be like, if I didn't hurt you physically, what did I really hurt? Your emotions? Your emotions are not you. Your emotions are only triggers to let you know where you're vibrating on the frequency scale. And you have the power to change that. No one should have the power to make you feel, oh, you hurt me, you this, you that. Even me catching myself telling somebody they were deceiving, their actions was, and I'm not taking that away. However, and not give that power away, because every time we become a victim, I watch Aaron Dowdy too. There's a lot of people that I watch, because I don't look at the complexion. I don't look at people as the end all be all. I look at the information that can help me, and if it resonates with me and it works for me when I put into practice in practical ways, that's what I'm gonna run with. Until I learn something else that can possibly help me. But Aaron Dowdy, he creates something called the frame technique. Or he was talking about it anyway, and it's just literally separating yourself from other people's stuff and knowing that whatever they put on you is not your responsibility, but how you feel about it is yours. So when we look at the emotional vibrational frequency scale, we're complete. That God within us have to be strong, because we're the ones that take control of that energy. No one can have that power unless we give it to them. You know what I mean? So own up to your God body, yo. Do that shadow work.